Destiny Rise of Iron and get the Iron Gjallarhorn.
We are here today because we are about halfway through the summer. Would you say that?
Say it ain't so.
Yeah.
July
July 26th. Tuesday, July 26th.
It's like the day after the 25th.
Yeah.
It continues going forward these days.
Yeah, July's a weird one where the days go in order. So I don't know. We're coming up on August. There are a few big profile games, I guess, in that month, but we kind of wanted to talk about what to play the rest of the summer. There's always a lull. I think a couple weeks ago, Danny, we had talked about games if you missed this year that you should play that we're probably going to be talking about for Game of the Year consideration. Like I had said, like XCOM 2, The Witness. Play those if you haven't yet. We wanted to talk about what's coming out the rest of the summer. There are a few. I want to go chronologically. But first, I just want to get it out of the way because it's all anyone's talking about is No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Seems like if it works out, it's an ideal summer game, right? Because it can kill time. You can just, theoretically, you could just be exploring for, weeks and weeks and weeks until September. Weeks,
when
4
you're
weeks.
done exploring the real world in Pokemon Go, you go back into your living room, turn off the lights, and just avoid the sunlight in No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Exactly. But we talked about enough about No Man's Sky on the lobby. We covered it. We, it's gone gold. It's ready. We don't have code for the review yet. No. Who knows when we'll get it. So we'll just get that out of the way. Yeah, that's the big profile one. But there are a few more in August, and then kind of going into September, which is still a little bit September's pretty light before the fall release schedule starts. October is just an utter shit show.
You take
in
that
a good way. September.
October's not summer.
No, I know. No. I'm saying before we get into the fall schedule, I don't know. So first, August 2nd, there's a couple games. There's Abzu.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Are you excited for that at all?
I'm looking forward to it.
Does it
Tell me,
build your abs?
Abzu.
An Abzu.
It's just it's an enclosure of wild abs running around.
Oh,
but I played it recently at a E3, and it's this underwater
E3 is an underwater.
The underwater exposition.
Okay.
Ectological entrology exam. Which, if you passed, you could be an enterologist. No, I played it. It's very much like not a narrative, maybe, but it's this very surrealistic kind of underwater, just exploring for the sake of exploring.
Sounds like Journey, Mike.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the vein they're going for. Flower.
I think the lead designer or lead artist or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ex-Journey people on it.
It's that kind of watercolor scheme, I guess, almost. The scheme. They're trying to scheme you into it. No, but the last time I played it, they kind of revealed this supernatural stuff. You go into this lake within a lake, or lake within the ocean underneath it, and you go into this weird alternate dimension. I don't know. It controls pretty well. Swimming is historically pretty bad in video games. I think they finally figured it out 5 years ago, but up until 2011, man, swimming was the worst. Up until Rayman Origins, swimming was awful. Rayman Origins just nailed it. You just tap a button. Remember another game that did that? Mario.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, nothing new. They figured it out day one, and then just continue to screw it up with Majora's Mask, which is one of my favorite games, but swimming is bad in that.
Oh yeah, that's the water temple. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway, August 2nd, that's Abzu. We're also gonna have Batman: The Telltale Series, Episode 1, Realm of Shadows. I don't know. I'm not much of a Telltale Games fan. I recognize the pedigree that they have because they're really good narratives. I love Walking Dead Season 1. I started The Wolf Among Us. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Batman because there are a lot of interesting stories to tell. I just said yesterday they're going to have multiplayer for the first time.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works exactly.
I don't either. I didn't even click into it because I don't
believe this.
I don't know.
This isn't true. This is not true.
Telltale's got good writers, and their stories are always kind of they are well written. I think the characters are well developed, so I'm interested to see their take on Bruce Wayne. I just get bored with those games.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't. If I'm playing a game, I would rather watch a movie with those. Not that games can't tell a great story at all, but this kind of game, I just get bored of the mechanics and it doesn't carry me through.
You're not reviewing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not reviewing that. I don't think.
But there are so many good that novel style of game, something like the Phoenix Wright game coming out. I'm still excited for that narrative experience because we don't really get that a lot, especially with Western games where you're basically just enjoying the story and it's not as much focused on the gameplay. It's just, here's a cool story. Read it.
Yeah.
Or kind of listen to it, I guess.
And those choices, they say it's that gives you the illusion of choice, right? But then there aren't that many. The ending's going to be the same in Telltale games, right? That's the thing with them.
Or there are very few
branches out, then comes back.
Yeah, there are very few endings, or maybe there's 2 endings.
What do you think? You guys going to take the time over the summer to play this?
I got too many games to play. I'm not a big Batman guy. I think that's my hang up here.
The Batman's the side I'm excited about. A lot of people and most people, aside from cynical Peter Brown's like Batman nowadays.
So you're a DC fan.
But no,
I
yeah,
think
Telltale.
Most of us are Marvel. There's going to be a Telltale Marvel game as well. I'm a little bit more excited for that.
Yeah?
Marvel.
Yeah, see if they can capitalize on this. Like
Give me a
this
Telltale
Marvel
anime
cinematic
game.
universe.
That's what I want.
Telltale anime
Yeah. Just all anime.
of what property?
Just all of
Anything?
them,
Like
dude.
every
Just make
anime.
up your own
Yeah.
one.
Give me
Alright.
Goku. Give me Naruto. Give me
One Punch Man.
Tetsuo. Give me One Punch Man.
Is that the name of it? One Punch Man?
That is the name of the anime.
What's that about?
It's about a guy. I haven't seen much of it. It's about a guy who's pretty expressionless, who doesn't really care about much, but he can defeat anyone with one punch.
Nice. Sounds like
I would
Brad
listen to an
Pitt
entire
and-
podcast talking about anime.
Man, it's maybe like we should make one.
That just sounds like Brad Pitt from Snatch. Remember when you can't
Yeah.
understand him? They used to
No,
the
but he's got a-
subtitles that do question marks at one point because you don't know what he said.
This has become a movie podcast all of a sudden.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so those are both August 2nd, Batman and Abzu. No Man's Sky, August 9th. We already talked about that. We have
Yeah.
talked about it extensively. And then probably the other big one for the month is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, which I am personally excited for, curious about because I loved Human Revolution. Mankind Divided looks like it's going to be in the same vein, that kind of like System Shock, Dishonored kind of vein of you can play through areas like it's a shooter, but it can be a stealth game. It can be this like narrative game where you're finding little like tidbits in the environment to kind of flesh out the world. Scott
said-
Butterworth has been covering it. He seems pretty positive about it so far. That's later this month. I don't know.
They've taken a lot of criticisms as well to heart that it's not going to be locking you into, or it's not going to, especially with the bosses. I think was one of the big problems with the.
It punished
the
you
previous
for
game.
going stealthily. Yeah.
That if you wanted to do anything other than combat, it's not going to be that much fun when you get to a boss.
Yeah.
And hopefully they do actually solve that this time.
I wonder if Adam Jensen is the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel about that, Pete.
I'm just not a fan.
No,
Of Adam
like that.
Jensen?
it's funny we transitioned from Batman
just the
to
voice
this.
actor. It doesn't sound convincing.
You could put, like-
his intonation, everything. I can't.
You could put like the cowl on him, and you would just think he's Bruce Wayne.
Kinda, but like a poor man's Bruce Wayne.
Just raspy, over the top. Like, have you been drinking heroin or something?
Who would be a better Adam Jensen?
I don't know, but the gameplay clips that I saw from Scott's preview event thing, the NPCs had more convincing voices than the lead character, which just totally threw me off. I'm very curious about the game at large. I just have to turn down the voiceover volume or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just read it all in Keanu Reeves' voice.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
that's a good approach.
But like every video game that has subtitles in my head, I turn off the voices and I just hear Keanu Reeves in my head.
That's perfect because he's almost as monotone as I don't know. I'm pretty monotone.
Yeah.
Take
This is a good story.
take the red pill.
Let's keep going.
Give the government back their jobs. I don't know what movie that was. So yeah, that's Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I'm excited for it. It looks like if same thing with Dishonored 2. If they can not punish you for going like the stealth route, which I liked, which I love stealth games. I want to do that. I'd play through both these games like twice, Human Revolution and Dishonored 1. I'm hoping they can kind of remedy those problems that I, as well as a lot of people, had. Justin, you're kind of worried about this one on August 30th. World of Warcraft Legion.
Oh, I'm worried not because of the game. I'm worried because of what it will do to my productivity and
To
the
your
rest
September?
of my life. Because like every time a new expansion comes out, as much as I say like, oh, I'm done with Warcraft. I don't need to play this anymore. But then the expansion comes, you're like, well, I could play for another 100 hours or so. Just like drop it in.
Just another 100. No big deal.
They have closets. The Transmogrify 2.0. You can change your outfits on the fly. And
What's
like
the-
real life.
Is that so? You're telling me closets is one of the main allures of this?
It's an allure for
what's
me.
going on with
Like
Legion?
sliding door? Are we talking like a hinge? What kind of closets here?
This closets to give you full access to your wardrobe. Even any quest that you've beat in the past, you can suddenly go back. You did any of the choices that you might have made for equipment in the past. You get both choices. This is huge.
As someone who has a passing interest in World of Warcraft and it was never really addicted to it at all. I never spent more than probably 30 hours in it. I know, sacrilege.
Really? You played 30?
Yeah.
Well, like 30
Stop there.
a
I haven't
long
played
time.
any.
I had an Orc Hunter, which I understand is kind of a noob character. I know hunters are easy to level up.
And
Don't scoff at me.
Depending on how long ago you did it, if you spent 30 hours, 3 or 4 years ago, you're not going to have made it. You probably didn't get a very big experience. If you spent 30 hours in the last year, you've probably level cap.
Probably, yeah.
That was
Because-
a joke. Not really. There was a joke.
Oh, I have no
saying
idea.
that they've increased the leveling really.
I'm trusting
quickly.
you with this because I'm just agreeing wholeheartedly.
This is not funny unless
everything
you
you
play
say.
World of Warcraft.
No, it's not.
It's not funny if you do play World of Warcraft.
I can attest to that. But what is it like? There's a lot of. Is there a story draw? I'm assuming like this, there's always a lot of these side quests that kind of cater
there's
into.
another hero that you get to play as. The last hero that we got was Death Knight, and now you're going to get to play as a demon hunter, which I'm interested in more. I haven't tried it on the public test realms, but it seems like an interesting new gimmick to throw in there. And of course, a little bit more story, increased level cap, all of that gives you more reason to grind away in the game. But it's something that always draws you in, and we've seen on subscriber numbers that it pulls you in for a limited amount of time, and then the subscribers drop off again, and you're kind of left with that core audience of people who have not stopped playing Warcraft since it came out, which is still more people than I think any other paid MMO, but is down a lot from its prime of over 10 million, over what 12, 14 million back in the day.
Yeah, like I said, I've never been like huge into it, but I don't know. Every time an
This is
expansion
the
comes
time
out-
to join.
Oh my god, are you Horde or Alliance?
Alliance.
Really?
For the Alliance.
All my friends from high school used to like laugh at Alliance.
It's because they're wimps. They don't understand the allure of a real team.
I mean,
Much like Team Valor in Pokemon Go. If you're not Team Valor, you could have chosen a dumb team like Mystic or Instinct, but Team Valor, the Alliance, these are just natural choices.
I haven't played much Pokemon Go, but I feel like if I do, I'm going to join Instinct just to troll everyone. As I like to tell people, I'm a Hufflepuff, and I like to say that if I play Pokemon Sun Moon, I'm going to pick Poplio. Is he the one that no one likes?
Yeah, trolling people by choosing Instinct. I think the house chooses you, as the Harry Potter fans might say.
Just throw on the hat and see what happens. All right, last one in August. Same day as Legion, August 30th. This is a game I'm assuming all three of us played, and many other people. It's a pretty seminal game in the third-person action shooter survival horror scene. Resident Evil 4 is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. They all coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC. Yeah, the remastered. What do you guys? Do you want to jump back into this game?
I don't have time.
What do you want to?
with your time, Peter?
Do you want to?
I have to play new games, not remasters.
This is a new-
That's
it's-
not even a remaster. It's just a port.
It's just a port.
This game has been
I
out.
misspoke with the
There are
remaster.
like
This is not going to
12
look any better.
There are like 12 versions of this game, which I like this game a lot, but I'm cool.
You can get a
That
physical.
was not Resident Evil 4, by the way.
No, you can get a physical case. You can get a physical case with this now on PS4, which, as someone who likes Resident Evil a lot, and we talk about it in Dead Air podcast, I'm excited to play. I have 6, 5, and 4, or 6 and 5 now on PS4. I don't know. I'll probably play it again. Someone told me that at the beginning in the Ganados village, you know how like you have to keep fighting at the beginning until the bell rings and they all go back to the church. I consider myself a huge fan of the series, but someone told me that if you shoot the bell yourself, you can just end it right there. Do you guys happen to know if that's true or not?
not know
I
that.
do not
Maybe
know.
the Twitch chat can tell me if it's on like YouTube or something. I don't know, because that blows my mind. I've never in like the 10 times I played
That
this
is
game
puzzle
done that.
solving. That's
That's like that boss fight in Metal Gear Solid 3, against the end, where you can shoot him in his wheelchair like at the very last second of the cutscene leading up to the boss fight and totally negate the whole fight.
Yeah. Or you can turn off your console for a while and come back.
Yeah, if
But
you're
you would
actually
think
rich.
the people immediately around
That's
you.
so cool. That's the best boss fight in any game.
But if they're waiting for the bell to ring and then they see you shoot the bell, wouldn't they just go, dude, I saw you. I'm not going to leave just because you shot.
Right.
I'm waiting for the bell to ring. I'm still going to attack you. Are they just that dumb?
I don't know.
I guess so.
Well, they're not like in their right minds, are they?
Are any of us?
No, I guess not. If I would not be surprised if you came like lurching at me with a butcher knife one time. I would say, okay, that makes sense.
Our office is a scary place.
One last game I wanted to throw in there because not to like diminish it whatsoever, but just because it's in September. It's right like during the kind of the September lull, which is not something you always say, I guess, because October is pretty crazy.
I don't
but
talk about September that often.
No,
I've never mentioned September in a sentence.
no,
No?
It's my birthday month. Take a guess, quick.
16th.
No. First day of fall, 22nd. Too slow. Recore is coming out September 15th, I believe.
Yeah.
Inafune is attached to it. Timur Hussein wrote a good story about it, saying this might be like the real Mega Man successor you're looking for after a game that didn't do so well lately that Pete reviewed.
Mighty number 9.
Not a lot of people liked it. So Recore, like a 3D
Including you.
Metroid Prime Mega Man. Is that accurate to say?
No.
No.
Metroid Prime is a first-person game.
I get that, but like,
Although I will say some of the
Metroidvania.
environments look pretty similar. I actually don't know a whole lot about Recore. I was surprised to see that the game was sort of more of a budget title in a way. Like it's selling for $40 and it seems to have an aesthetic that is maybe befitting last gen rather than this gen. But in some ways, that makes me wonder if they're able to put more time into like weird mechanics and weird encounters, if they're not wasting a lot of budget on visuals per se. So
Okay.
I'm curious about it.
Same here. We'll see how that goes. That'll be September before October hits, as the year works.
September usually happens.
September precedes October, comes after August. What's the poem? I don't know. I got halfway through
30
it.
days half October, but September is sometimes before October if you're counting a leap year.
There you have it. Justin Haywald, everyone. All right, so that is kind of our wrap-up of the games left this summer. Things you can get into if you haven't already caught up on the enormous spring catalog that kind of bombarded us. A lot of good games there. But I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments, what you're looking forward to playing, any recommendations you have for us, aside from Pete, because he'll probably be too busy playing other games.
And I'm just not into those games. Whatever you're going to recommend, it's just not for me.
No. Pete's going to be...
Pizza Reviews editor, he knows what's hot. You don't have to tell him what's hot.
Like, I don't have time for this right now.
yeah, you should just get up and walk away.